Ray with Cascade Sciences, and the purpose of this video today is to show you how to upgrade the firmware on your Cascade Sciences CVO5 or CVO10 vacuum ovens. Now, we all know that our vacuum ovens are darn near indestructible, but what does change on the regular is the technology that's running the controller. Our ability to upgrade the firmware on the controller makes sure that not only does this equipment last a lifetime, but the controller technology remains as current as possible. So let's get started. If you are taking the time to watch this video, you have very likely been in touch with Cascade Sciences, and we have found out that we want to upgrade the firmware on your controller. We've probably emailed you a firmware file with instructions, or you have downloaded this firmware file. So what I need you to do is, from that email or however we have sent you that file, I need you to get it on a USB-A thumb drive just like this. All right? Please let it be the only file on that thumb drive. And once you have that firmware upgrade on this USB thumb drive, let's simply insert it into the oven, the side of the oven, the USB port. Let's go to the controller panel. Let's hit the settings button, just like that. And let's go to Update Software, and let's select the file that is the firmware upgrade, just like this. We hit save. It's going to make sure I want to update, because I do. I hit yes, and as you can see, it is now starting to update. Now that the firmware is updated, it takes us back to the home screen. There's just a couple more housekeeping items I want to do to make sure we've got the firmware successfully updated. This particular update will allow us to log and export the temperature, time, and pressure data from the oven controller. Pretty cool feature to have, so we want to make sure we get it right. All right, so these last remaining housekeeping steps. Go to the settings menu. We're going to go to the service functions. It's looking for a very specific service code to update this data logging function. I want you to type in the service code 504 and hit enter. That's going to make sure we are resetting back to factory defaults, which is what we want, which is the latest and greatest. We hit yes, and we know that is done. The next thing I want to make absolutely sure is that your date and time are correct, because if we're going to be taking advantage of the data logging, I want to make sure that the date and time are correct as well. So we're going to check set date and time. It is April 1st, no fooling, 2021, and the time is 13:36. That is correct. So we are good to go there. We're just going to hit enter. Now there's one more code I want you to enter. So we're going to go to service functions, and we're going to go and enter in 471, enter, erase all log records and start over. Yes, we do. We don't want any of the old stuff in there. We want a fresh start with our logs. So we hit yes, and it's going to go ahead and erase some older logs. Again, clean start. You now have the latest and greatest version of the Cascade Sciences firmware, and you can now log and export data from this controller. We do have a video showing you how to take advantage of that feature. Be sure and check that out. And if you have any additional questions or comments about how to do a firmware upgrade or anything about Cascade products, do reach out to us. Thank you so much for your support.